What does it mean to be a self-determined individual? Now, a big problem that arises within the world of productivity, prioritization, time management, procrastination, efficiency, success, all of this, is that people often don't have determination. Or at least the people who are procrastinating, the people who are not getting the results they're trying to achieve, is that they lack self-determination. Right? And self-determination is basically a term to perfectly describe someone who is fundamentally disciplined, fundamentally motivated, all at the same time in perfect flow and unison through their work, through their life, and through their passion, right? Now, what is it that makes someone determined? What are the fundamental intrinsic needs that need to be fulfilled to make someone more determined as an individual, to raise an individual's self-determination towards what they are doing? Now, there are fundamental needs that need to be fulfilled to become a self-determined individual, right? Because if you are someone who is procrastinating a lot and not getting a lot of things done, or someone who isn't satisfied with their work ethic or something like this, it's probably because you are too focused on the external outcome, the extrinsic rewards that you think or believe you're going to achieve, that you think and believe also is going to make you happy, right? And satisfied. So that's the problem, is that you're placing your satisfaction outside of your actual actions. So therefore you are not actually in control of making yourself satisfied by doing what you are doing. You need to basically be satisfied from a place of intrinsic motivation. You need to be doing what you're doing because it's a passion, because you love it, because it's something that gives you satisfaction, right? So what are the intrinsic needs that we need to fulfill to develop self-determination? Now, if you don't have self-determination, these are the things you need to develop within whatever you are doing so that you have more drive as an individual. Internalization. So this is to transform extrinsic motives into personally endorsed values by connecting tasks or goals with your core values, interests, or enjoyment. Focus on the inherent satisfaction they bring or how they contribute to your long-term goals. So that is the process that you need to undertake through the 3 needs that I'm going to describe to you right now, which is 1, the need of autonomy. Become a casual agent of your own life. Act in harmony with your integrated self by making choices that align with your values and aspirations. This is a need that we must maintain and drive towards, right? If we are someone who doesn't feel like we're in autonomy of our own lives, we're going to, of course, lack any kind of determination to get anything done because we don't feel like we're in control of anything. And therefore, we're going to slip into that nasty slope of inactivity, procrastination, etc., right? So competence is another thing as well, the need of competence, which is to say that you need to seek to control the outcome of activities to experience mastery. Now, the reason why developing competence is very necessary is because when you develop competence, you also develop a sense of meaning, that you're actually able to do something and actually be able to master a certain skill. This is very much essential if you want to have intrinsic motivation, and is an intrinsic need, because if you don't develop any sense of competence, then you're not going to develop any sense of purpose. You need to be able to do something well. You need to develop a skill set so that you can provide to the world and feel valuable itself. And by developing that competence through mastery of a certain skill, you can then feel worthy, have a stronger sense of self-esteem, and that itself will feed into your sense of purpose in life, and that's going to give you more of an intrinsic motivation, fundamentally. The last one is the need of relatedness, which is to say you need to foster connections with others and experience compassion for them. Engage in activities that promote collaboration and shared experiences. This is very necessary because we are social animals, social creatures of life. We need to be in connection with others. We need to be doing things that bring us together in different ways. If we don't do this, we're going to feel isolated, alienated, lonely, and that is going to lower our lower our intrinsic motivation because we won't feel connected to anything. We won't feel connected to a higher meaning, to a bigger purpose to our lives. We won't be We won't feel that we're connected to anything that actually aligns us towards something that matters. And if we don't feel like we're doing something that matters, we're going to lack intrinsic motivation. We're going to lack purpose. These things are all in relation to purpose. Whether it's competence, self-mastery, that's purpose related. Relatedness, how is what I'm doing actually related to other people and improving the lives of other people and being compassionate and treating people with love. That's also in relation to purpose and meaning. And then, of course, autonomy, which is in relation to how do I feel free as an individual? How am I a sovereign individual who is able to choose and pick the life that I want to live so that I can develop competence in the activities that I desire to master and feel like I'm part of a community through the activities of relatedness by developing connections with people and feeling like a bigger part of the world rather than being lonely, isolated, and insecure in some sort of sense, right? So these are things that develop our intrinsic needs. And the internalization process is to look at those needs, and even within whatever you're doing now, look at how you can either start to fulfill those needs with what you're doing now, or seek out those needs with what you want to do in the future, right? So by internalizing these intrinsic needs and aligning your actions with them, because you want to align your actions to them to develop intrinsic motivation, you will cultivate a deep sense of motivation that transcends beyond the fleeting rewards of external motivation. That's exactly what you want. You fulfill the need of autonomy, you fulfill the need of competence, and you fulfill the need of relatedness. If you do those things, your intrinsic motivation will outweigh your extrinsic motivations. And that way you will have eternal, consistent motivation and discipline to do things on a daily basis every single day because you're maintaining those intrinsic needs that need to be met. So if you do this, tasks will no longer feel like burdens to be avoided, but rather opportunities for growth, learning, and self-discovery. So this is exactly what you need to be able to try and do. Align these needs to your motivations so that you can outweigh extrinsic motivation and improve and increase the level of intrinsic motivation that you have so that you can become a self-determined individual. That is what it's all about. If you want to develop determination, if you wanted to develop discipline, this is exactly what you need to do. Now, in terms of methods and techniques to figure out how to do this, I would highly recommend you book in a free one-on-one coaching call with me, and we can talk about how we can implement these techniques for you to actually be able to do this on a consistent level through different things to do with motivation, developing consistency, time management, discipline, self-determination theory, all of that kind of stuff. And even if you struggle with intrusive thoughts, you struggle with procrastination in a general sense, doing a coaching call with me would be very beneficial for you because I can then run you through the different things that we'd be focusing on and build a coaching strategy from that. So if that is something you want to do and you want to apply what I've talked about in this video to your life, then book in that free call. With that said, guys, thanks for watching this video. Make sure to give it a like, comment your thoughts down below, and I will speak to you in the next one.